unfortunately, I was right. I did not capture the steering wheel. This thing's really messing with my field of vision. Okay, that's better. Anyways, I fixed it, so I think I fixed it. Let's see, live traffic. You can't click on that. Okay. Where to? Well, nowhere. I just want to drive. I don't want to go anywhere. I wonder if you're able to see the heads-up display. I forgot to check, but that's all right. Whoa, this guy's a little creepy. That's a little creepy. Good thing I'm an idiot and want war. Stared him right in the eye for about 5 seconds, which is definitely super aggressive. Fun fact, trivia. So according to a study I read, forget the name of it. I don't like to give out studies without giving references, but apparently the amount of time where a stare at someone becomes aggressive is about 3 seconds. I believe they studied animals as well in the wild, whereas a stare that was below 3 seconds would not be perceived as a challenge or aggressive or intimidating or what have you. Anything over 3 seconds. And I kind of noticed that. I tested it. I tested it by looking at people. Like once that 3 seconds comes up, it seems that people get uncomfortable, and I feel uncomfortable too. And I bet it has something to do with that's how long it takes for us to process that, okay, this person isn't just looking around, he's actually looking at me, which means he may have some kind of motive, or he's more interested than I would prefer. So what is it? What is he looking at? Is he dangerous? Does he think I'm dangerous? Did I do something? Is something on me, or whatever? And people start to get uncomfortable. And generally people, they don't know there's anything wrong with them. Otherwise they would obviously do something about it, or if there is, they'll get triggered. And again, I'm speaking from my perspective. I'm not an expert on this stuff, just stuff that I notice and do, and I've noticed it in myself as well. Yeah. What is that? Someone I saw on a video YouTube review. I think it may have been Doug DeMuro, or maybe Rady's Ride, where they said that the interior lighting is a bit distracting, and I agree. See, I'm constantly looking to my right and left because it feels like something's coming towards me, like a car or something. Like you can see the display on the left hand side, like mirrored almost. I don't know if that's the type of glass that's very reflective, if it's the lighting that's too powerful. Although I don't think that's a thing. I actually prefer it being powerful, but I guess that's one of the disadvantages. Could be a bit distracting. We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship, going through the skies, little Einsteins. Alright, I'm gonna start heading back now. So I know the lights adjust depending on what's coming towards them, etc. Don't think I've been able to notice it as much in the Mercedes as I noticed it in BMW. BMW was very, very noticeable. Whenever a car was coming towards you, it would shape it to not hit the car, but it would hit everything else around. It was really interesting, and I really want to know how that works. I wonder what kind of sensors they're using, and how do you separate the light. I'm assuming because BMW has the laser lights, maybe they can, they would have multiple bulbs or however it works to just turn off there. I don't know. I'm curious. I like to know how like this little stuff works, because in my brain it shouldn't work. It's kind of like magic, right? Like you see a magic trick and it's so cool because you can't figure out how it's happening, so it's impossible. So you're witnessing something impossible happen, and it's like, how is this happening? Well, I love this house. Very homey. I don't prefer the new fancy crazy looking house like this one too. I like these homey houses. Very tasteful. You know, they have, you know, maintained it and restored it, but they haven't made it all, you know, all glass white. I don't like white houses. Like, why? It just looks like, and they age badly. That white gets, whatever, not faded, but it gets stained. Don't like it. Oh, actually, I want to go just a little bit straight. We'll turn around here, but I want to see. There's this great view of the CN Tower from here. Oh, and there I go. I just disclosed which city I'm in. I think I mentioned in one of my other videos. I think I was biking, where I said I don't want to say where I'm at, but there you go. I just, you know, quick Google search if you're not aware of that tower. Oh, there it is. Look how beautiful it is. It's such a nice little opening there within the trees. You got this amazing neighborhood here with this amazing asphalt. And yeah, horror house. This is a horror house. I don't know if I was able to show it, but yeah, very scary. But look at that CN Tower there. It's beautiful with the lighting. Compliments our very own lighting in here. And I'm going to turn here. I am ready to go home, nap, and get ready for tomorrow's adventure. It's gonna be super exciting. Oh, there are the cameras, which again, looking very dated. And it's not Mercedes' fault. I don't think, yeah, because, you know, we say stuff like that, oh, it's dated, looks bad, but there's nothing really that they can do about that, because I know it takes time to source this, you know, hardware and put it together, and by the time, you know, you've even sourced it and put the hardware together, because remember, they also have to have, you know, a supply line for replacements and services and fixes and all that. They can't just, you know, put new ones, I think. And, you know, by the time they do that, you know, there's been a new update to screens, and there's a new screen out there that was super expensive before, but now it's cheap again. So yeah, it's annoying. And I think maybe it's best if, you know, cars just stay away from screens. I know Tesla kind of pushed the industry to like make them bigger and bigger with their big iPad screen or whatever they have. I'm not a fan of that either, by the way. Gross. Teslas are disgusting. Amazing full drive system, by the way, that I think every car should have. I think Tesla should just sell that, offer that, instead of actually making a car. The actual car, I'm the biggest enemy of Teslas. Teslas should not exist. Teslas are dangerous for everyday people who use cars to just go to work, family trips, you know, are not really into like the whole driving experience. They just want to be comfortable and get there. Teslas are so dangerous. That electric battery power is insane, ridiculous. And I know people use it as like a selling point. Oh, it's so quick. Since when was the car guy or the car experience about going quickly? That was part of it, but it's how it gets there. The feeling of getting quick is not just the actual going of quick. It's how it's doing it. And you know, the traditional combustion engine cars like BMWs, Mercedes, Audi, whatever you have, like the, you know, combustion engines, you know, of course you want that quickness, but it's you want it with the combustion. You don't want it with it just to go, like just to zip. That's not a pleasant experience. That's actually unsettling and scary, because there's no feedback. You're not actually getting any feedback on a Tesla. It just goes. And it's like, people think that was cool, and I thought it was too, to be honest with you. In the beginning, when I found out how quick Teslas were for, you know, 0 to 100, I was like, oh, look at that. I even had an argument with a friend. It's like, hey man, like, we're always talking about how fast, you know, we're getting into the 3 seconds or 4 seconds at the time. I think this was like 2017. So cars were getting at like the 3.5 mark of like 0 to 100s, 0 to 60 in miles. And I was like, yeah, but the Tesla, you know, 2.9, ridiculous, boom, boom, boom. But it's like, yeah, but how are you doing that? How are you getting to that? And it's just battery. And also, batteries are scary. Batteries explode, and those big batteries, ugh. And I don't even buy the whole electric green whatever they say, because I've heard some really good arguments against it that I don't know how to answer. Like, for example, yes, the actual electric car itself doesn't produce any pollution, but how are we charging the batteries and the places where they get charged at? Where does that come from? Now, of course, that pollution, I guess is concentrated, so that's one good aspect of it, because if you can concentrate the pollution, you can clean it, you can manage it much better than having all the cars around produce the pollution. But the point is, the same amount is still there, which is their argument, is that, oh, they're not polluting. Yeah, the car itself is not polluting when you're driving it, but it's polluting by you charging it. And it's really frustrating because, the only thing Teslas have going for them, in my opinion, is a full drive system, or self-drive, whatever it's called, the autopilot. That's amazing. I think they're light years ahead of anyone else on there. I know Mercedes one is pretty good, and Toyota one I think is pretty good. I don't know. I don't really follow on that. See, I'm not really interested in that. Because to me, cars, like, I've never really used cars as a need in my life. Now of course I've had to run errands and whatnot. I've never had a car to, like, oh, I need this to go buy groceries. I mean, my family always had cars, but cars to me, specifically me, not really a needy thing, are more of like a fun thing. Like, I enjoy cars, I enjoy driving them. Like, even like a like a raggedy car. Like, it doesn't have to be something luxurious, expensive. Even like a $5,000 car, as long as I can hear music and drive in it, I enjoy it. But of course, I think I'm getting up there. My life now is starting to be at a point where I may need the car as a necessity rather than just as a fun thing. But yeah, those are my 3 cents. No need to signal, I'm going straight. This is the most uncomfortable place. No one ever gives way here. Da 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 da. Le titre goi se do e pres deri ditën kur do ftes. Ta nga gjumi se all right, we're home. Let me just check this parking thing here again. Oh, went too quick. I need to see you until 1 tomorrow, 8:30. I'll be up by then for sure. For sure, I'll be up by then. It's 12 now. I'll fall asleep at 12:30. Yeah, 7 hours. That's usually what I need, 7:30. Okay, that's it. You guys have a good night. It was a pleasure driving with you.